Hi guys, so today I'll be sharing a little bit of my story about how I managed to get into a 3-year counselling master's course. So I'm currently in my second year and I'm going to be done in just a few months. So officially we end on the 5th of May, but we have an extra lecture on the following week because of the strikes that some lectures were cancelled. So we're gonna get them online, and then officially all the things that need to be submitted for this year is going to be July, and then we have an assignment in June, but officially the class hours and the learning hours are going to be finished on the 5th of May. So it took me a while to get to where I am now, and I'm going to share that with you. So let's get straight into it. So at first I didn't actually know that I wanted to do counselling until I was about in third year of uni. It was on my mind from first year of uni, but I made my final solid decision when I was in third year of uni, simply because we did the counselling module in third year and it really stood out to me, and it just pulled my heart and it just took me, and now I'm here. I then started looking for places to study and do the counselling masters. So I think I either went on the BPS website or the BACP website. I can't remember which one. I went on one of the two, and I looked at accredited counselling courses, and I was quite disappointed to find that there was only about 12 legit universities that met the requirements and the standards that I wanted to do the course. So out of those 12, I had already gone to see the university I'm currently at. I'd already come to see it prior a few years back in 2019 before the pandemic. So I knew that I really liked it, but I chose a few others obviously just in case. And I think there was a time when I actually, straight from my degree, I applied for the PhD, but obviously I wasn't accepted because I didn't have enough qualifications, though I tried to make my application look really strong. So I was like, you know what, the only other way to move forward is to do a master's degree. So as I was looking at the requirements, a lot of them said you needed a level 2 or level 3 counselling skills diploma, which I spoke about in my previous video. So I didn't want to have to do like level 2 and level 3. So luckily when I started looking at places to study, the pandemic hadn't started yet, but it was about to, and we didn't know it yet. So this was like July of 2019, and then the pandemic started March 2020. At that time I started looking for places to study my level 3, and I applied, and luckily the lecturer who was teaching at the time, she was like, you know what, because you've got a psychology degree, you can skip the foundation in level 2 and go straight to level 3, which is what I needed to get into this university. So started my level 3 good and strong, and I almost finished it. I got to March 2020 when lockdown happened, and then we did a few weeks online, it didn't work out, and then they stopped the course. But I was able to still get the level 3 qualification just because the pandemic was new, online learning was new, and they knew that obviously we were quite competent. So that's how I got my level 3. But I started my level 3 in September. Around October, November, I had started applying for the universities that I wanted. So I'd already gone to visit all 3 of them. I think I went to University of Derby, University of Bristol, and University of Roehampton. So out of those 3, I started applying for all 3 of them, which took me a while, and I did a video explaining the application process. So I started applying and I found everything really difficult. I didn't know what I was doing, I didn't know what I was looking for, and that's part of the reason why I made this channel, because the lack of information for me was just shocking. Like, the diplomas didn't make sense, the journey to becoming a counsellor didn't make sense. I was like, should I have done a degree? I didn't even know you could do a degree, and then I was like, so the only option is a master's. So I was just really confused, and that's why I made this channel. That's why I've got my TikTok page, to just help everyone, to make the information easier to understand and more accessible. So started doing the applications in October, November, and submitted all 3 of them. So in the process, I think I mentioned I needed referral letters, I needed to do a personal statement, and I needed to show my certificate for my degree from my undergrad, and a few other things. So take your time with the applications, because they won't really be easy to do in one day. You might need to get referral letters, which you can't predict how long other people will take to get that information back to you. All my interviews were online. I got given the interviews. I remember one of them I did while I was at a B&B with my friend. Another one, the other 2 I did while I was at home. And most of them got back to me within a week, and except for one which got back to me like a month later. But most of you, your interviews are probably going to be face to face. unless maybe they're still comfortable with doing things online. But of course, this is an interactive course, so expect that you're probably gonna have to meet in person quite a lot compared to other courses which can stay online and have stayed online. So I accepted my place, I think by April, and I was like fully ready to go. I was so happy, I was over the moon, and I did the enrollment online, applied for everything online, prepared my student card and everything, tuition fees paid online, did my student finance application and everything, and then eventually got my timetable quite late, but got it in the end anyway. So the whole process for me to get onto this master's, from the moment I started applying to the moment I got accepted and finished all the enrollment stuff, that took about 6 to 7 months. So give yourself a good chunk of time to do it. Most interviews will probably be in the first half of the year, so February, March, April, May, around that time. That's when interviews will be, so you would need to apply months in advance. Of course, every university is different, but that's the time frame that was between mine, so I assume it's probably similar for other courses. I have a playlist for everybody who plans to be a counsellor or is on their journey to becoming a counsellor, and it's called All Future Counselors, and I'm gonna leave it at the end of this video for you to watch. And feel free to ask me any questions and let me know how your journey was to becoming a counsellor, or how your journey is going, because some of you have told me you're doing your level 3, some of you have told me you're starting your degrees, in the comment section. So yeah, talk to me and let me know how it's going for you, and I'll be sure to see you guys in the next video. Bye.